Back in June, I finally got around to hooking my solar system up to the web. And why I did that is Outback, the company that I bought the system from, has got this service where they basically collect data from your solar system, and then you can go view historical data, right? Check out on this day how your system is, check out monthly totals and stuff. Well, I got that set up, and it's pretty cool because the way it's set up, I can like monitor my solar system from anywhere, right? I just pull it up on my phone and say, hey, how's it doing? Well, I had decided for August that I would share those numbers with y'all, and this is pretty exciting because everybody gets excited about graphs, so I'm going to show you a couple of graphs. And since I was terribly slow getting to this, I've got data for August and September. I mean, we could look at a partial month of July, but we'll just look at August and September. And let me pull it up here. Okay, this looks like it's August. And this month had a little bit of interesting stuff happening because August 1st I went out of town at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And that's why you see what you do there with the solar being brought in over 20 kilowatts is because I used up energy in the morning before I left. Now when I left, I turned my water heater off, one of my heat pumps off, and raised the temperature on the other one to 83. So that's why you see all the way up to the 10th, pretty low numbers, right? Low usage, low amount of solar coming in because basically there wasn't room in the battery to store this stuff. And then the 10th, something interesting happens. I used more energy than I brought in. Now, that's always possible. It could be a cloudy day or something. But what happened here was I got home probably at like 8:30 at night. And it was warm in the house because, like I said, the temperature was set to 83. And, of course, I wanted a shower, too, so I turned on the water heater. So I got my battery system behind. I should have probably just left both on, maybe turned the thermostat down a little, up a little bit while I was gone, but you learn to think of your water heater and the temperature in your house as batteries too, because, you let it get warm. Hey, when you get back, you got to cool that whole place down, and it takes a lot because it's not just the air. It's everything in your house gets to this new temperature. Same thing with the water heater. It's not as big a deal. But I got myself behind. So the 10th was the first day during the month I used more energy than I brought in. And batteries took care of it. But as you can see, the rest of the month was kind of irregular. It was very hot, especially, like from 10th to the 16th. We're up in like the upper 90s. Later on in the month, it was pretty much cloudy every day. Maybe 50% cloudiness, and the system was never really quite caught up. And then we got to 21, about the 24th, we had the second day in the month where we used more energy than we brought in. And during the cloudy days, it took it a little while to get caught up. Now the strength of charge line, which is basically the battery percentage, is a little lower than it really should be. There's some wiring problems on that, but it gives a good indicator. It wasn't any chance I was running out of electricity, but it got lower than I like it to get. But all of that's because I probably really shouldn't have turned off the water heater and turned off one of my heat pumps. I should have just may turn the heat put temperature up a little bit where it wouldn't cool it quite as much, and that way I wouldn't have got in this catch-up mode. But that's how August played out. 2 days out of 31, I brought in less than I used, but that wasn't bad. 702.4 kilowatt hours brought in, and then to load 506.7 kilowatt hours I used. And you ask, okay, there's another nearly 200 kilowatt hours missing. Well, that gets into battery efficiency and stuff like that. So, but that's an interesting month. It's not a typical month because, like I say, I wasn't there between the 1st and the 10th. So let's move on to the next month here. Somewhere here. Here we go. September. Now, let's note, wait a minute. Back in August, let's look here. Notice my peak usage was up over 25 kilowatt hours. That's around the 11th, and it got a little lower than that. But in general, the usage was well over 20 kilowatt hours a day after I got back. Now, if you look into September, notice those numbers are down. The gray bar is coming up. Looks like it's mostly below 20 kilowatt hours. So just because things are getting cooler outside, looks like about 5 kilowatt hours less I'm using a day, which the season's changing. The other interesting thing here is, let's see, I'm seeing one day the whole month where I used a lot more power than I brought in, and that's the 2nd. What happened on the 2nd? Well, that was the day we got a tropical storm come through, and that was a real rarity. It looks like I just barely got over 5 kilowatt hours in. That is extremely rare. But pretty much the rest of the month, days like the 12th, 22nd, 23rd, really I'm probably a little bit behind on those days. And you see the dips down because of basically the battery efficiency I was talking about. We brought in 744.5 kilowatt hours during the month. That's even more than in August. And the days are getting shorter, but remember, for August, I was away for about 10 days. And then we've actually used a little bit more, again, because I was away for some days in August. But this is basically what the performance of the system for 2 months. It'll kind of give you an idea, and it'll be even more interesting when we get to December and January. December and January are the 2 challenging months of the year, and I really want to see if I can get through those months without having to run the generator. I haven't been able to do it the first 2 years, but this year I've got the wood stove. I just wanted to share that. Sorry I rambled on so much, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. I'll be back soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.